Welcome. Jump right in and tell me out loud, what did you do yesterday? Did you work? Did you play a game? Or maybe you just slept? Well, today we are learning exactly how to talk about all those finished actions using the simple past tense in English. Think of time like a line. Over here on the right side, we have now. Whenever we talk about an action that started and completely finished before right now, we use the simple past tense. The action is 100% over.
We often use clear time markers to show exactly when that finished action happened. Words like yesterday, last week, or 2 hours ago. For example, I watched a movie yesterday. The word yesterday is a huge clue that this action belongs in the past.
So how do we actually make a past tense verb? For regular verbs, the rule is wonderfully simple. You just add the letters ed to the end of the base verb. Work becomes worked. Clean becomes cleaned. And the best part? It stays exactly the same for every single person. I worked, you worked, they worked, she worked. It's so easy.
But watch out, because here is a very common trap a lot of beginners fall into. Take a look at the red side. I cooked dinner yesterday. This is incorrect because it forgets that tiny ed ending. Without it, the verb is still in the present tense. The correct way is on the green side. I cooked dinner yesterday. You absolutely have to add that ed to show the action is finished.
Okay, now it's your turn. Let's fill in this blank. Last week, I blank my car. We need to use the verb wash. Pause right here and say your answer out loud.
Great job! The correct sentence is, last week I washed my car. You just added ed to make the word washed.
Now that you know the basic rule, let's meet the rule breakers. In English, some verbs do not take ed at all. We call these irregular verbs. They completely change their spelling in the past tense, so you just have to memorize these fun exceptions. For example, go becomes went, eat becomes ate, and buy becomes bought. Here is a huge mistake to watch out for with these words. Beginners often try to add ed to these rule breakers. For example, saying, she righted the report. Righted is not a real word. The correct irregular past tense of write is wrote. So as you see with the green check, the correct sentence is, she wrote the report.
Let's practice this one together. Which word is correct here? Sleeped or slept? Shout out the correct word.
Fantastic! Slept is the correct irregular verb. Sleeped doesn't exist. So we say, we slept early last night. Okay, now that we can say what we did, how do we say what we didn't do?
You are doing amazing so far. To make a negative sentence, we just use the magic helper word didn't. And here's the secret. After we say didn't, we bring the main verb back to its normal everyday base form. No ed and no irregular spelling. For example, I didn't work or she didn't go.
But be careful. A very big mistake learners make is putting ed on the verb even after using didn't. Look at the red side. They didn't called. This is wrong. Remember, didn't already does all the past tense work for you. So the correct sentence is simply, they didn't call.
Now it's your turn again. Take a quick 3 seconds, look at this sentence, and tell me out loud if it's correct or incorrect. I didn't went to the park.
It's incorrect. Remember our rule. We have to return the irregular verb went back to its simple base form, go, whenever we use didn't. The correct sentence is, I didn't go to the park.
Finally, let's learn how to ask a question about the past. We use the exact same helper trick. Step 1, start your question with the word did. Step 2, add the person you're talking about, like you, she, or they. And step 3, just like with negative sentences, use the base verb. For example, did you play or did she go? A really common mistake here is just raising your voice at the end to ask a question without changing the actual words. You don't want to just say, you wake up early? Don't forget your helper word at the very beginning. Otherwise, it just sounds like a confusing present tense statement. The correct way is, did you wake up early? Let's do one last practice together. Look at this sentence. He played soccer. Fill in the missing words out loud to turn this into a question.
Spot on. You used did at the beginning and you returned played to its base form play. Did he play soccer?
Just look at how much you've learned today. Let's do a really quick recap. You now know how to talk about finished actions using regular verbs with ed, like they worked. You know about irregular rule breakers, like she went. You know negative sentences that use the base verb, like we didn't eat. And you know exactly how to make questions, like did you play?
Let's do a final check to lock all of this in. Here is final quiz part 1. 2 days ago, she blank a new phone. We need the past tense of the word buy. Pause this explainer for a second and tell me the correct past verb.
Awesome. Bought is our tricky, irregular rule breaker. 2 days ago, she bought a new phone.
And for our last quiz, part 2, look closely and correct the mistake here. He didn't eat his pizza. Pause for a moment and say the corrected version of this negative sentence out loud.
You got it. Because we use the helper word didn't, it forces the main verb to return to the base form, eat. He didn't eat his pizza.
You did a really fantastic job today. Now it's your turn to show me what you know. Type one simple past sentence in the comments right now, telling me what you did today. Use a regular verb, an irregular verb, or even a negative sentence. Keep practicing your English. You've completely mastered how to talk about yesterday. But what if you wanted to predict tomorrow? Stay curious and we'll explore the future tense next time.